What's up, Internet? Cory Zamier here, collecting with Cory. I'm here to show you my Nintendo Switch collection. Now, first up, obviously, as you guys just saw, I had gone with the neon bundle that they came out with. I think the gray Joy-Cons were a little, not that exciting. I think the multiple different colors they're coming out with are really cool. I'd like to see more than just color variants. I would like to see like something like, you know, like atomic, like see-through kind of colors. That would be really cool to see for the Joy-Cons they come out with in the future. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to look at what I have for games. As you guys have noticed, or might have noticed if you've been paying attention on my channel, I've been going through a little bit of a Switch pickup frenzy lately, leading into this holiday season. And I did a similar thing a couple years ago with the PlayStation Vita, where like I was just Vita hungry. And right now I'm fucking Switch hungry. It's a weird thing to say. But I'm going to go alphabetically here. And some of these games I haven't even gotten to play yet, but I'll give you a few impressions of the ones I have. First up, alphabetically, we have Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim. This was one of my favorite games for the longest time. I feel like the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild kind of knocked it out of that, but we're kind of rekindling a flame here. I've been playing this one most recently. I've gotten through the first dungeon. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to talk too soon about whether or not this holds up. I'm trying to play through the game a little bit differently. I usually am like sword and board, you know, sword and shield. I'm trying to do archery this time, but it's kind of rough because the Switch kind of has like a built-in motion control to it, at least when you're playing handheld. And it's kind of throwing off my aim a little bit, but hopefully I'll get better at it, and it will turn out to be a lot of fun. Next up, a game that I picked up literally only because it was cheap, Has Been Heroes. Let me know in the comments below what you're thinking about this. I might get around to it eventually. It was only $10 brand new at GameStop, so I couldn't really complain about it, even if it's not great. It's listed as like a real-time strategy RPG, something like that. I think that's what I saw about it. Roguelike action strategy. Heard not great things about it, but for the price point, I picked it up. Potentially Game of the Year, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Of course, I had to pick up the collector's edition back when it came out. This was the first game I owned for the Nintendo Switch, and it might be one of the best games I ever owned for the Nintendo Switch, because they made possibly one of the greatest games of all time. Possibly. And the cool thing about that collector's edition, of course, and the main reason you get it, I feel, is it comes with this awesome Sheikah Slate carrying case for your Switch. Also carries 12 games for you at least, plus you have an extra pouch over here for other stuff. If you had like an extra carrying case for like those, you know, plastic ones, you can put that in there. Highly recommend it. It's kind of weird, they actually recently came out with, for Black Friday, an Explorer's Edition, which in all the ads leading up to it, you couldn't tell that it was as small as it is. The Explorer's Edition is literally like about the size of a DVD case, but it's the exact same like picture as this, so I was really confused as to like, whoa, they're like basically re-releasing this for $60? That's fucked up. But still, definitely, if you have a Switch and you don't have Legend of Zelda, even if you aren't a Legend of Zelda fan, like I was not, and I kind of am not still, I'm not going to go back and play like Skyward Sword, Wind Waker, any of those, Twilight Princess, nah. But Breath of the Wild, masterclass in gaming. Next up, we have Lego City Undercover. This is a game I've been wanting to get ever since it came out on the Wii U. Never picked it up. It was always at that price point where I was not likely to pay for it, just because I wasn't gonna, sit down in front of my TV on my Wii U and play it. On the Switch, though, I've already put about 3 hours into it. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of like a watered down Grand Theft Auto. One thing I think is kind of interesting is, if I was a kid, I would have been stuck on this already. Like, there's certain points where you're just kind of like, what do I do now? I don't know. Let me know how you're liking Lego City Undercover, given a lot of you probably played it years ago. Next up, we have Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I have not played this. My friend Tom has, and he says it's pretty fun. The difficulty spikes in it is a little bit extreme, but I look forward to playing it eventually. That's the thing with picking up like 3 Switch games a weekend. You don't really have time to play them all. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, absolutely the best Mario Kart game. Although I will say, I don't remember it being like this when I played it on the Wii U. When I play it in handheld mode, I feel like the way I play it hurts like my right hand from holding down the accelerator button. I don't know. I've never noticed that with a Mario Kart game before. Here's one I picked up on Black Friday, Minecraft Story Mode. Have not played it yet, but it's a Telltale Game series game, so I look forward to it. I also should mention I have coming in the mail from GameStop the Batman Telltale game one for the Switch. Have not picked it up yet. I think it's actually been shipped. I just haven't bothered to go and pick it up. Here's one that I got off eBay a little while ago. I heard that Poi Explorers Edition is very much like Mario 64, and it unfortunately kind of came out at a time when the Switch itch for a platformer was already scratched by Super Mario Odyssey. So I feel like this game is going to be flying under the radar for a lot of people. Might be a future hidden gem. Might be hard to find if no one buys it. I don't know. Wanted to pick it up. Didn't want to have that one be left behind. Here's another port from the Wii U, Pokken Tournament DX. When I would look at the gameplay for this game, it didn't look that much fun, but I actually tried it out a few weekends ago. Put probably an hour and a half, 2 hours into it, playing against the computer, and it is a lot of fun. I don't know how it would be against actual skilled opponents, but if you can find it for a decent price, check it out. And if you're a Pokemon fan. If you're not a Pokemon fan, I don't really know why you would even consider it, but, Next up, Rayman Legends. Haven't played this on the Switch yet, but we're about halfway through on the PS4 version before we traded it in, so I look forward to playing this. Probably one of the best 2D platformers of all time. Next up, this one I picked up at a trade event because I was basically able to trade for it and give them $20 when it was 2 days old. And so far is the only Switch game I own that actually comes with something. Unfortunately, it's something that I'm not going to use, because I don't think I'm going to start decorating my Joy-Cons with Sonic stuff when I haven't even played this game yet. Maybe this game sucks. I've heard very mixed reviews. Let me know what you think about it. And oddly enough, because we're going alphabetically, we have left the best Nintendo Switch game. You heard it here! You heard it here. In my opinion, this is the best Nintendo Switch game. In my opinion, this is the best Super Mario game, and you can take that to the bank. Super Mario Odyssey, absolutely the best 3D platformer that has ever been made. The best Super Mario game that has ever been made, and in my very personal opinion, is going to be the game of the year 2017. It's very fresh in the minds of everybody. I don't think there's easily an argument for Breath of the Wild, but people played this more recently, and it's kind of hard to argue against that. Nintendo's got this year on lock. I don't think Xbox or PlayStation really have anything that could even compete Game of the Year wise, but this isn't really a Game of the Year discussion. This is my Nintendo Switch collection. Let me know what games I should pick up for the Nintendo Switch. Let me know what games you've played that you have opinions on here. I'm going to be stuck with Elder Elder Scrolls. I'm gonna be stuck playing Skyrim for a while because the game is gonna suck me in. I'm pretty sure. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, keep it real, internet. I love you guys.